finding velocity vector and acceleration vector. So this is the rule. If you are given position vector x of t, to find velocity vector, you have to differentiate d by dt with respect to time. From velocity vector, if you want to find acceleration vector, you have to differentiate again. So d by dt. That's the rule. So x of t or r of t is the position vector, v of t is the velocity vector, a of t is the acceleration vector. As a function of time, that means these vectors are changing with respect to time. At different times they have different values. Yeah. Okay, so let's solve a problem. First one, I'm going to give you a position vector x of t. X of t equals 3t square plus position as a function of time, x as a function of t. That's why there is t here. 3t square plus 2t plus 5. Find velocity vector. How do you find velocity vector? This is the rule, right? From position vector to velocity vector, we have to differentiate d by dt. So we are given a position vector and we need to find velocity vector. So we are going to differentiate this function here. V of t equals, rule is d by dt of x, dx by dt. What is our position function? D by dt of position function is 3t square plus 2t plus 5. How do you differentiate it? There is a shortcut: multiply the power with the coefficient, then t to the power minus 1. But I'm going to use the proper method here. So split the differential d by dt times 3 to the power of 2 plus d by dt of 2 of t plus d by dt of 5. Take the constant outside. 3 is the constant. 3 d by dt of t square plus 2 dt by dt. D by dt of 5 is 0. 3 times d by dt of t square is 2 t to the power of 2 minus 1, which is 1. So 2t plus 2 dt and dt can be cancelled. It's 1. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6t plus 2. The answer is the velocity function. This means the object which has a position function of 3t square plus 2t plus 5 has a velocity function of 6t plus 2. Its velocity keeps on changing at for different time values. We have different velocities. Let's say time t equals 0. Velocity of this object will be v of 0, which is 6 times, replace t with 0, so it's 6 times 0 plus 2, so 2 meter per second. Let's say time t equals 1 second. Velocity at time t equals 1 second, replace t with 1, 6 times 1 plus 2, so 6 plus 2, which is 8 meter per second. Let's say t equals 10 seconds. v of 10 equals 6 times 10 plus 2. So 60 plus 2, 62 meter per second. Yeah, so for different time values we have different velocities. Velocity keeps on changing, right? Yeah, there is an acceleration. Yeah. Another question. X of t position function is t cubed by 3 plus t squared by 2 plus t plus 17. Find the velocity of this object at time t equals 5 seconds. So we have a position vector here, position vector as a function of time, t cubed by 3 plus t squared by 2 plus t plus 17. It's a function of time, so this object is changing position over time, so it should have some velocity. How do you find the velocity? This is a rule. To find velocity from position vector, you have to differentiate. So velocity is equal to d by dt of the position vector, so dx by dt. Alright, so d by dt of position vector is t cubed by 3 plus t squared by 2 plus t plus 17. So d by dt of t cubed by 3 plus d by dt of t squared by 2 plus d by dt of t plus d by dt of 17. Take the constants outside. 1 by 3 is the constant. 1 by 3 d by dt of t cube plus 1 by 2 d by dt of t square plus dt by dt, you can cancel it out, it's 1, plus d by dt of 17, 17 is a constant, so 0. One by 3 t cube is 3t square plus 1 by 2 t square is 2t plus 1. 3 and 3 can be cancelled, 2 and 2 can be cancelled, so t square plus t plus 1. This is our velocity as a function of time. Velocity is changing over time. This is the function, this is the velocity function, t square plus t plus 1. The question is to find velocity when at time t equals 5 seconds. So velocity at time t equals 5 seconds, replace t with 5, so 5 square plus 5 plus 1. So 25 plus 5 plus 1. So 30 plus 1, which is 31 meter per second. That means this object has a velocity of 31 meter per second when time t equals 5 seconds. There is a shortcut for this. Again, multiply the power with the coefficient. Multiply the power with the coefficient. So 3 times the coefficient is 1 by 3. Then t to the power of, reduce the power square, plus again multiply the power with the coefficient, 2 times 1 by 2, t to the power of 2 minus 1 is 1, then plus 1, the power is 1, so 1 times 1, t to the power of 1 minus 1 is 0, plus 17 is 0 anyways, cancelled out. 1 times 1 is 1, t to the power of 0 is 1, so it's just t square plus t plus 1.